I'm back, and today I'm going to show you Albert. Albert is a three-legged thing, which is a British tripod manufacturer, and Albert actually, I believe, if I have the nomenclature right, is actually the legs. The head is called the Airhead, and I gotta give a tip of the hat for Airhead. I love it. Albert is named after Albert Einstein for a lot of their appreciation for innovation and invention and creativity. This is not your grandfather's tripod. It is not a a 1980s Bogan or Manfrotto, the old, epically stayed solid old tripod. What it is it's an amazing solid new tripod. Let me just start at the top and work the way down. So I'm going to talk about the head first. So the Airhead is probably my favorite part about this tripod. So you have your panning knob here that controls the panning in this axis, which is to be expected. You would expect that. This, and I have loosened up a mounting plate. Sorry about that. All right, this is your main control knob to control the ball, and that is also very much to be expected. What is super handy is that you have a secondary panning plate right here on the plate itself. You can see you have a bubble level in there. This orange button is the knob to tighten and loosen your quick release plate. I put the quick release plate on my camera, so it's actually underneath my camera that I'm recording on, but it matches this, so the color of the knob matches the color of the release plate, just to kind of trigger which is which. And then the black knob does your rotation. So I don't think, in all of the ball heads that I'm reviewing and all of the stuff that I've looked at, I can't point to another example of a $200 ball head that has a double panning head. It's actually, I think, a really, really valuable feature, and I think macro photographers are going to love it. Anybody that does stitched panoramas are going to love it. And the build quality of this thing and just the feel as you're moving is absolutely first rate. You're not going to beat it. I actually am going to remove this little tool here. All right, so this tri-plate is actually underneath here. I'm not going to take it apart, but inside underneath here are a whole series of 1/4 thread inserts. So if you're going to be using it as, if you're going to be hand holding your camera and you want just to pop a flash on there, you can actually put a flash, a 1/4 thread right on there, and use it as an impromptu light stand. You have basically just incredible flexibility with however you want to use it. One of the things that I loved when I talked to the rep from Three-Legged Thing, she pointed out that they don't use any proprietary threads or any proprietary setups in the stuff that they do, because their thought is you should be free to add whatever gear on here that you'd want, and to have the flexibility, and that I absolutely love that philosophy. Alright, let's work our way down. The center column is in 3 sections, so you have one twist lock here, another here, and then a third one here. So these twist locks actually are a little different than twist locks that I've seen elsewhere. I'll put the tool back up here so that we'll talk about this tool in a minute. So the twist lock is basically, I think most of the tripod manufacturers on the market now use a twist lock. There's a couple leftovers that are still using the flip lock, and it's whatever, it's personal preference. They're really they're both just fine. But what you have on this one is there's this little rotating knob on the bottom. And when I asked her, I found out when you loosen this all the way, and it's absolutely as loose as it'll go, it comes up against a stop, which is created by this locking mechanism. And then when you release this, if you take this off, when you twist this to the left all the way, it loosens up and screws off all the way, so that you can disassemble the tripod and clean it. So that's basically what this is all about. Again, not anything that I've seen in any other tripod manufacturer, and very, very helpful, great design. Down here, you can take, when you loosen this one all the way, and you take this little D-ring off, the center column just pops right out. You can flip it around and install it upside down, so if you're doing copy work or if you're doing macro work and you want to aim it the camera downward, no problem. Or you can pull this tri-plate down and install it right here, and then it will function with just legs only. This carabiner tool is actually, it comes with it, and this actually gives you the adjuster knob here to adjust the legs or any of the hex, plus all of the stuff here, and it just clips on, or there's a bag inside your little pouch inside your tripod bag that you can put it in. On this D-plate, if you have that tripod bag, you can actually fill it with rocks, use the clip to clip it on here, and all of a sudden you have your stabilizing sandbag type thing right away. You have two bubble levels. One is up here on the plate. The other is right here on the legs. All right, so the leg section, they're in 5 sections. So you have really long legs when they're extended out all the way. This knob, actually you just push and pull to set up so it'll be one angle, a second angle, and a third angle. When you have it out at its widest angle, and if you take the center column off and you go down all the way as low as it'll go, this guy gets down to 8.9 inches off of the ground. If you have the center column in and you have it up as tall as it'll go, you're looking at 74.4 inches tall. So it's a really tall and really short tripod. Does both exceptionally well. Carrying capacity of the whole setup is 66 pounds. So absolutely incredible holding ability. The head itself is 88 pounds. It's actually a little bit more than the legs. These legs, I already mentioned, have a paralock system in terms of making sure that they don't inadvertently come apart. And then on the legs, you'll notice one has the little orange delineation and the others don't. This one is a monopod. You unscrew the whole thing. You can then actually mount it to the center column, and that entire thing is a massive monopod. Or you can just put it just on the leg version itself without the center column. It can be done, whichever way you want to do it. So that is basically Albert in a nutshell. My suggestion is if you're looking at a tripod setup in that $500 price range, you want to get your hands on this and check it out. If you get them separately, I'm not sure if I mentioned this at the outset, if you buy it separately, the ball head's $200 and the legs are $399, $400. So you can get it separately, to combine it would be $600. But if you get it as a set, it's $499.99, and I think that's an exceptional value at that price point. For anybody who is just watching this video and hasn't seen my others, I'm doing a very large-scale tripod project. I'm covering, right now it's at 15 different brands of manufacturers, and I'm going to create a spreadsheet that includes the most salient statistics for each one, the maximum height, minimum height, folded size. This actually folds up into basically what I would really consider a travel tripod size, but gives you a full landscape size capability, which is, this is awesome. It kind of crosses over a couple of different columns in terms of what this actually is. That spreadsheet will be available at improvephotography.com after the end of May, and you can download it, and my intention is to update it. So as the manufacturers come out with new product, hopefully they'll send them out, have them reviewed, and then I will add it to the spreadsheet. I'll delete off the old stuff as it is no longer on the market, and you'll kind of have an ongoing resource to kind of do some research and find what tripod would be right for you. I really encourage everybody to really kind of dig in and do a lot of research and see what's out there, because there's more available out there than you realize, and these companies do a phenomenal job. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would please subscribe, like, share, add any comments below, the questions that you would have, anything I glossed over or didn't cover, and I'll be glad to follow up. Thank you very much.